Hello.
Yeah,
Today we're gonna look at Godot. What is Godot? Godot is a game engine that supports um, creators to use this interface that I'll show you in a sec. So this one, and let's see. Yeah, so renderer OpenGL ES and not Vulkan
yeah, screen.
3.0. Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. All right. You see my screen?
Hmm.
Yep. So the goal here is I want to be able to write a VR app. That would be the goal. And Godot has that functionality. It also has functionality to support Rust, which we've been doing lately. And so I'm kind of interested in that. There's a crate that is called GD Native, and oh, that's what Godot looks like. But this Godot Rust crate allows you to interface from building a dynamic library in Rust and then just import that in the Godot runtime, and it'll dynamically reload that, which we'll go through. But um, first things first, what do you know about Godot?
Not much. Never
So
seen anything in it.
Godot, it's like Unity. What do you know about Unity?
It's got component system,
Hmm.
entity component system.
So an ECS system, which we can explore. It's got like collision shape, collision like boxes and stuff that you can use just for free. It's got like audio,
I'm
um,
guessing it's 3D.
yeah, 3D, 2D, um, I guess extensibility for like GUI stuff. I think it's even got like networking capabilities.
Hmm.
Um, and the last one, VR support, which, ooh, what just happened there? Oh, before we go on, I just want to showcase something that I recently did for my VS Code setup. I think it's pretty cool. So one of the problems that I had was I have so many key bindings. Like if I go to this, it's like 3,000 lines long, right? And I got to remember all of these key bindings, right? And I think I told you like there's a sort of hydration where I'll forget, oh, what is this key binding? And then, um, you know, when I need to use it, I'll go find it, and like I'm pretty good at that. But I found this super awesome like extension that you can get called Witch Key, and what it
Hmm.
does is it allows you to create like custom menus with key bindings. So same sort of thing where it's this is like tangent VS Code, but like how I used like a combination of keys. So I'll do like Command D, and then I'll do D again, and then that will do something, or like Command Shift D, and then I'll do like one, and that means something, right? So
Are they called chords?
correct chords, yeah. So this extension, which I found randomly called Witch Keys, it can do chords, and it can like allow you to customize a menu system. So this is my menu system, and you can see it's got like all these hotkeys. So if I type G, for example, I go to this thing, and then I can type
So
B.
it's like the control P.
It's like the control P, it's customizable, and it's like single press so that you don't have to press enter it. It's just like I could do this as fast as I want. Um,
Hmm. And it shows you what's there.
it shows you what's there. It doesn't interfere with this keyboard shortcut, so it's completely independent. It just
Hmm.
like has one entry point. So if I ever shift from this to like Windows, as long as I
Hmm.
have the same entry point like Command Enter as my entry point, I can use all my editing, all my keyboard shortcuts in the exact same way. So there's no like, oh, what's the super key or whatever. It's all the same.
Yeah,
It's
that's really good.
so good. It's
I like that
amazing.
design.
Yeah,
Because
so
Control
good.
P is a really good design, and this is like giving you your own custom one.
Yes. So look at this. I've got a search context. Look at all this. I can see.
Yeah.
I want to
Oh, nice.
search the Chromium code base.
So how do you
Okay.
define these things?
They're just simple like commands that I run that look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
What's a command?
Oh, so like I just find out how to search the URL and then I just like update the query string to whatever is like whatever context I'm on. So like
A
if I'm on
command can do that?
yes. So like
Can
I'm
commands do anything?
commands can run basically any bash script. So if you can run it in the command line, you can do it.
Wait, it's a bash command or a VS Code command?
The command extension runs like a terminal with your command, so you can
Ah,
run like
so it's
whatever.
not for VS Code actions?
No. This is it's completely independent to it. So like I'm running
Oh,
the Chrome
so that's
binary,
different to what I was thinking. It's like if
right?
you want a toggle word ref or something, and you can't,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it
Those
doesn't do that.
are commands that are native to VS Code
Like,
through the extension
isn't that
system.
what most of your keyboard shortcuts would be for, is for the editor?
Yeah, but like for the case of searching, for example, I don't really want it to be part of VS Code extension. I just want to open Chrome with
Yeah,
particularly
yeah. Like,
URL
I
with
get some things are just terminal commands, but
right.
okay. So yeah, commands are terminal commands and not VS Code commands.
Yeah, but one of the problems was I had so many like different key bindings for different searches, and I didn't really remember all of them. But now I can actually see, oh, I want to do Godot search. Okay, just command enter S and then G and then G, and now I can like go straight to the Godot search engine and I've searched that. And it's like I don't have to open another.
And does it use the context of your cursor and selection and
Correct,
stuff?
yes. And I have another one for like input. So if I wanted to like
Mm.
oops, actually type something in that was just, different, like in Chrome code base, let's say. I have this one, let's just say I want to search like ref pointer or whatever. There you go.
I feel like the operating system should have this.
Yes. This should be a pretty low level,
It's like, yeah, selection across any application.
yeah. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. All right, bit of a tangent.
Yeah,
So
next time you write an operating system, try and include that.
sure. Next time I write an operating system. All right, so we got Godot here, and pretty nice interface. It's got 2D, 3D script, asset libs. Um, the basic the basic intro to this that I understand is like you have like these nodes, and like nodes are like your base object. So a
Mm-hmm.
node can represent like the root object. Like this one is a spatial node, and then you
And
start
nodes
adding
have components on them.
I'm not sure what you call these, whether they're components or entities, what the right word is, but yes, like I
Is
want to
Godot
add,
a component, an entity component system?
this would be using, yes, the entity component system when I add like a child for this node, which, is a mesh instance, and then can like add a mesh. Let's add a cube mesh, for example, and then um, you can see it's got their layering sort of stuff, which I think interacts with the collision and all that stuff, which I don't really know too much about. So
Why
I
is
need to,
it called spatial?
um,
Did you give it that name? Or
no, I didn't. That was just like the default 3D node that you get. It's a spatial node
hmm.
versus what other nodes can you actually put in there? Let's see.
Do nodes have types? Like
Yeah,
types of different nodes?
so you can see this spatial inherits from node, and you can have a
Mm.
different type of um, node, which is like a 2D node, which is more like the canvas that we know in
Yeah.
JavaScript, right? Um, so yeah, so let me add like a 3D scene, spatial, add like a mesh. Um, Soft body, cool. Yeah, let's add it. Um, oh, I guess you assign the soft body to the mesh, so I should have actually not done it like that. I should have like added the mesh instance, and then yeah, it sucks that it didn't just create the soft body underneath. And what's it saying here? This body until you select a mesh. Oh, so I'll select a mesh like what I just did.
Is the mesh instance a node?
It derives from mesh instance, which mesh instance I'm guessing if I look at the documentation, it inherits from geometry instance, which inherits from visual instance, which call instance spatial node object. So that's the inheritance
Object.
change.
So object is the top one.
Object is the top one, correct? Yes,
Mm.
which is which has its own like memory management stuff. So like when you go to Rust, um, I was reading the documentation. They were talking about how Rust memory management. Um, you have to now inherit from this thing, and they talk a bit about how they do that, which is a bit complicated. Like they implement deref traits and stuff like that to allow for um, like casting into like the different inheritance because there is no inheritance, right, in Rust.
Mm. Yeah,
Uh,
it's just composition.
it's just composition, yeah, which we'll get into, I guess. But let me run
Yeah, I wonder how casting
this.
works with composition.
Mm. So I got to save this node. We'll call it like the main, our main. And then when I select this, it doesn't have anything. I guess because I got to create a camera that actually is viewing the thing.
I
Where's my
suppose in Rust
camera?
you would implement into.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
So you'd say like class A and subclass B, which actually composes A,
Hmm.
and then B's into A would define like just return the reference to A inside B.
Oh, I see. Yes,
That's
right.
how you get an A from a B. Just
Yeah.
without having to know like the field B. It's like generic way.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it like by just going through some basic stuff. So what do we want to cover? Like, we can play around more with the Godot thing, or do you want to see Rust's integration?
Let's keep playing around. Like, do you know Gogodot's interface? Like, have you done a tutorial? Or
Not really.
because
I was
it would
really
be good to
looking.
understand the model it has.
Yeah. Not really. So we can like maybe look at a.
Does it have like an example game we could look at?
Um, probably.
See, like
Uh,
asteroids or
oh yeah. Sorry. I think you can download like their existing projects or something.
something.
Quit the projects list. Sure. Save. Import. No. Asset. There we go. Yeah, they have all these like assets. First person shooter starter,
Oh yeah,
MIDI
definitely see.
piano, desktop pad. I'll just download a couple of these. Pong.
Pong's probably a good starting place. How many nodes do you think Pong would have?
Probably like five or something maybe.
It might have a few nodes for like the control and the game logic,
Yeah, maybe.
the scoring and stuff. We'll see.
So what's this one? This is pet.
Wait, is this Pong or a different one?
Pet. This is pet. I don't know.
Can you run it?
I think I am running it. Where
Oh,
is it?
what?
Is it on my other screen or something? Oh, it's on my other screen.
Hmm.
Oh, it's one of those, like the Clippy board thing. It's like that. It's just on my desktop. How do I make it? Oh, next screen. Is it on my next screen? Where
Don't
are you?
see anything. busted.
Yeah, I can't drag him.
It's hiding on your computer. It's like
Yeah,
Bonsai Buddy.
I don't understand this.
So
Okay,
it doesn't
whatever.
have its own window.
No. I think it's like a hidden mini window that's moving or something. I think that's how they've implemented it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look at another one. Pong. Rigid 3D character. That sounds pretty good.
It's weird seeing this stuff coming from a web development perspective. Like, there's lots of requests for transparent border windows, and doing something like that on the web, and it's like, hell no.
Right.
The spoof potential of that kind of thing
Yes. Yeah.
is like, hell no. But in here, it's like, yeah, it's features. It's doing it's not third
yes.
party code doing all the stuff. It's more
Yeah.
like getting your computer phished and scammed and all that.
That was really fast to like compile.
Hmm. It's coming through really slowly on Meet,
Oh, okay.
like 1 frame per second. I'm assuming it's
It's
like
pretty good. It's pretty good.
smooth on your end. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Maybe because it's got so much detail, it can't transmit it that quickly.
Maybe. Let's look at Pong.
Mm-hmm.
Pong multiplayer. C
Oh, that
sharp.
might have network stuff.
Yeah.
Visual script? Is that like Visual Basic? I wonder if it's like
Uh.
drag and drop stuff, like blueprints.
Yeah.
Well, having Pong with multiple implementations is a pretty good thing.
Hmm.
But they don't have a Rust version.
No.
We should make one.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, this might not work. I think I might have to install the mono version. We'll see. Yeah, I suspect this is not going to work
The
because,
mono version of Godot.
yeah, and I do have it. Just give me a sec.
It's a separate, like, binary.
Yes, because it's bundled
Yeah.
with Godot, so you just got to run it. So Godot switch mono, I think. That's what I. Yeah. Let me just move examples. Move. What was that thing called? Pet or whatever.
I, the cat is sleeping in my lap.
Yay. Yeah, that looks like that looks like a bit different. Now too.
Failed to build through an exception. Zero
Editor
implementation
plugin
happened.
callback. CPP. What?
Build callback failed? Build callback.
Hmm?
Well, in terms of debugging, not great.
Uh no, I've seen it like have pretty decent debugging. It's just I'm not sure about this whether it's because of the mono um because I'm running it on C sharp version, which hmm odd.
Hmm.
Yeah, can I run mono projects?
So what other versions does it have? Does it have like a C++ version?
Hang on. Is this working? Oh,
Maybe.
method not found.
Oh. Mm.
Do you have to compile it or something first? Like, I'm not sure how the mono. What's the README say? Oops.
It's not looking great.
Maybe I'll try the GD script version.
This is why NixOS needs to be because presumably it's something wrong with the build environment here, making it not work. And it's like, what's gone wrong?
Or maybe it's because I needed to download it from the Go.mono binary, which I didn't. I was doing it from, the other one. So if I just open this and then do it again.
I feel like it shouldn't have let you even open the project and told you, go download this to open this project.
No, I don't understand it.
Yeah, try the other language.
Yep. I'll switch the switch. I'll just switch back to stable. Yeah, but we don't want to do C# anyway. We want to do it in Rust. So.
What other options are there? Oh, I thought there was like C++. Does it
Yep.
even? I assume it supports C++.
Yeah, but these won't be part of the, this won't be part of the official template stuff because that's all kind of like third party.
The C++ version is third party.
Like it's not really what the main users of Godot would use. Neither would they use
Yeah,
Rust either. So
they probably prefer C#.
yeah, and I mean Unity users would do the same thing, right? It would
It's unfortunate that what's probably the preferred language is so hard to get working. Okay, so we've got a few notes. Walls. Floor. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Sprite collision. Hmm.
rectangle collision. So the thing, this would be like a 2D canvas. What's this type? 2D, node 2D. And it's got,
Okay, so the entire game is a node.
yes, there's a
In
camera.
my game,
Where is the camera? How do I just find it on the thing? Maybe if I do that. Oh yeah, so the camera's of the full screen, right? So I could like change the view like that, and we'd see. Yeah, cool.
that's the background.
But what you're viewing is this camera.
No, that's the background.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Where is it? How do I move the? Oh, maybe the camera's the full thing then.
Hmm.
But, anyway. So
What if you
these
delete camera?
area. Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe if I just do that. Maybe I'll
I
do
feel
it.
like the eye toggle is not for the game.
Yeah.
Just for the editor. Doesn't change anything.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here's a question. Can you undo?
Yes, I can.
That's useful.
So these are all area 2D, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a
Okay,
script
that's
here?
what that
Oh, here
symbol
we
means.
go. Logic.
So
So
where
where
you
is
can,
this logic actually related to? If I
yeah,
look at this guy, oh
maybe
yeah,
it's
here we
on the
go.
right.
So it shows how the GD is a dependency. Oh, no, no, no. Like you can see this logo here. There we go.
Yeah.
So this script for the left wall is taking a function, which, how do I like go to? Is there like
So
go to?
this is GD script.
Yeah, this is GD script.
Hmm.
Go to function, go to line. There's no like go to usages and declarations.
That's a bit more advanced.
Yeah. Because like, how is this guy used? I guess if we keep looking at the other scripts. Yeah, let's just start at the left script and go down. So we've got like
Does it have like search all?
find in files, yeah.
Yeah. I
So that
guess
was
that's what
like
we need to do.
Shift Command F. So yeah, if we just check this guy and then like do that.
Yeah.
Paddle.
And restrict it to a folder. Yeah. So that's so it's not called. So I guess that means it's like a system function or something, or an
Hmm.
engine function. On area entered, if area, okay, this is collision. This is collision.
Connect method.
Oh, connections to method.
So it's connected to these sources. Signal. What's a signal? Target.
Source that start that. Interesting.
So
This seems like use cases, usages, left wall and right wall, left and right.
hmm.
What are we looking at the moment?
Connections of
I
this
mean,
method
what's this
on
file
left
called?
paddle GD.
Huh. I mean,
So
we didn't see that in that list. Connections.
yeah, this must be a special method that
Hmm.
you call into. Let me just do something on area. Excuse me. Entered. Oh, okay. So maybe Area 2D has special interfaces you have to
Hmm.
implement or something. Detects that the collision object 2D nodes overlapping, entering or exiting can be used, can also alter or override local physical parameters.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm re-implementing for my engine. The collision component, collision module.
So there's this signal thing. Is that like an event handler?
Seems like it.
Hmm. But how come
Yeah,
it doesn't have the
typically.
underscore? Whereas this one
Hmm.
does. On area
Yeah.
entered.
Does
It's
that
not even
show
on
up
this
in the page?
page.
Really? I
No.
thought you're supposed to just know that transformation.
Static typing in GD script. So,
Wow.
here we
It
go.
doesn't like say it.
There's underscore methods here.
Hmm.
Can exist on the same project. It's recommended to stick for starters. It's easier to for everyone. Guidelines, sure. Typed code takes a little more writing, but the benefit we discussed above. Here's an example of same empty script and dynamic state.
So
Okay,
we can do both, I guess.
typed and
Copy and typing.
static.
Cool.
But why is there an underscore on this method? Maybe we should read this. Like, just go through this tutorial, one of them. Introduction. Very cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. That sort of state diagram
Mm.
works with Blender. Node-based visual programming language, Visual Script. So I guess that's this thing.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Why would you? I guess there is a point to this. Can you convert from like GDScript or C# to this and then just see all your methods? That'd be cool.
It has point.
Where?
Uh, see,
Oh
see, it has a point.
yeah. Hmm. Okay, so we've got tree of nodes, communicate via signals. That's what we saw. We're going to have a look at them. So here's a scene. Nest scenes. So they have a game scene level, and inside there a level with the player and the hook. There's a character node, so composition to get the collision and the sprite and all that into one thing. They call this the scene tree.
So I feel like this isn't an entity component system, or at least this node stuff is not really that.
Yeah, maybe when we get to collision and it talks about how it updates and does that event handling when it detects, oh, you're out of the area or whatever. Maybe they talk about it there. And if you've got this association between nodes or whatever, maybe under the hood it has implemented it like that, but maybe it doesn't expose that to you. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But entity component system is not necessarily needing to be exposed to the user here. It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
would be
it
the
probably has
implementation.
something under the hood, but this
Yeah.
model that you interact with is might be something else.
Yeah, this one is much more like high level. Oh, here's your association trees and then
Yeah, big trees.
types that you can
Yeah,
compose these
it's
things of.
still
But
working out the types of things in the trees. Yeah.
yeah. All right, so this signal thing is to call events and communicate between the nodes. So what do we got here? We got like this area 2D that has all these signals. Area entered. So we saw that with an underscore.
Mm, I
Signals are
guess that's
those
how you
observer.
move, right?
Yeah. So they're observer pattern stuff. We know that. How that works. Um, but an example is the button emits a signal when pressed. You can connect this signal to run code. So you can just customize it. All right. So I'm going to start writing like some part of the goal here is like we want to, yeah, maybe port this multiplayer thing, like do like a Pong um, in Rust, but we need like signals in Rust. How do we do that?
Mm.
And then how do we interact with um, the tree of nodes in Rust? But yeah, we have signals that do the event handling, and then that's associated to a particular node type. Like a node type has a bunch of signals.
It's unfortunate that the sample code was not using types.
Was it? Yeah.
When you look at the Pong,
Yeah.
they're not using types.
And there's no way
What
to
area?
inspect.
What's the return of this function?
Yeah, I know. And I want to just
Doesn't say
hover
so.
over it and get like a description, but this thing
Yeah,
is not very.
it's not
Um,
modern.
but what it does tell me, I guess, is like, okay, where is this script associated to? And I can tell it by clicking this thing. So I can see like left wall is related to this. And I can see that it is extending Area 2D. So that does tell me as well that it is associated to Area 2D.
Mm.
Doesn't say how this area entered signal is associated to this method, for
What
example.
area entered? That sounds very custom. Like,
Yeah, and like if we search this file guy, it's just defined here. So how does it then
is
um
wall area entered a signal
like
in
a
the end?
custom signal or something or
Maybe it's not custom.
right?
Otherwise, you
Um
mm,
yeah.
try without the on because they seem to talk about things all the time. No, maybe search the code, the example code without the on, because maybe when they send the signal, it's through a different way.
Just like this.
Yeah.
No, I think it relates to the area entered signal, which we
So you can just put wall in between on and area entered. Weird. I don't understand. I
yeah.
wonder, does this have
What's
constant
this? One node has one connection. Click to signal dock. What the fuck?
signal stuff?
What?
The thing on the right? Yeah, launch signals.
So here's your
Oh
method,
yeah. Okay.
and this
Is that the
signal
connection? This thing says area entered good.
entered connects to this thing, yeah. And then if we go here on wall area entered, we can see the same thing, yeah.
Uh,
So these are all the signals you can
hmm,
attach your method to, and it will call it. It seems like,
got it. So this is like
yeah.
the on such and such attribute in Go.
Yes, and I guess I could just write any. I mean, what like one way to confirm it is like I'll just like write a function that's like print something,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I need this, so I'm just gonna leave it. How do you print? There's no like helping thingy.
Yeah.
That sucks. How do you print? Oh yeah, we should like include that. How do you do like basic debugging?
Hmm. Yeah. Does it have breakpoints?
Breakpoints, yeah. Debug, deploy with remote debug. Interesting. But how do you set the breakpoint? Toggle bookmark, toggle comment, Android build template. Oh, GLTF.
So far, it looks like Python. It's a scripting language.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Print text, print line. Okay.
Print line.
If area, so when is this gonna hit? When it hits the ceiling. Print line, I have hit the ceiling. Run. Print line is not declared. Hmm.
What?
Okay.
What? Maybe it's underscore print line. C++ is the thing.
Yeah, how do you choose your language?
Hmm.
Engine development. I just want to debug print. Maybe debug. Raycast. Interesting. Oh, it's just print. Okay.
Just like that.
Can I get Vim mode?
I think what you'd want, see if there's a Godot extension for VS Code.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you can use VS Code as your editor.
Oh yeah. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Hmm. There's documentation. No go-to though. Launch JSON. Oh yeah. Wait, can I debug this? Oh, I got like error message. Failed to load. Godot not found. Huh. Can I add it as a thing? Editor path. What's the editor? Oh, is that just like... What? Just want to launch this. How do I launch it? Like that? Wait, did that do that? Hang on. Is this working? Go to the ceiling. Oh no, how do I go to the ceiling?
See the error messages?
Yeah, but I think that's for something else. Yeah, look, it hit hello world.
Isn't your function called printline?
I'm running it from VS Code
Okay,
now.
cool.
Yeah. So I should be able to breakpoint here. So if I add a breakpoint,
Cool.
and then run this, hit the ceiling, hit it. Hey, look at that! Look at that!
Nice. We got game engine.
Yeah, and I can see like all this stuff. Huh. Very nice. So VS Code development, achievable, nice. Um, cool. All right. So yes. So the question is like, do you have to keep interacting with this UI to associate like a new method? Like if I create a new method on ball.gd, do I have to then go into the editor and then like associate it to one of the signals? So I've got this method now. If I go to ball, how do I get those signals? Oh, it's part of like a particular node. So for the ball, it's got all these signals. Collision, input event. Yeah, I want to add it to like the collision object. So when it collides with it, connecting signal to a method. Interesting. Oh, receiver. That's where it created it. Look, on ball input event. It automatically generates that. Oh, and it even generated where it's gonna hit. So like this paddle.gd is the thing that's. Can you hear me by the way? Hello?
Yeah, I think I was in a bad Wi-Fi spot for a bit.
Oh, okay. So I'm not sure if you saw what I just did, but using the editor, it generated that underscore on method for me.
Mm-hmm.
So like paddle, the paddle and the ball collides, and I added a signal for that, and it automatically created this method for me. So
How do you add the signal?
oh, ball collides with paddle. So this is the scenario where that happens. And in the interface, how I did that was I went to ball, and there's a collision object 2D signal section. And so I just like looked at the input event, and you can like connect it to a particular like to a particular object. So in this case, ball is connecting from there, and we want to connect it to something. So like the right wall, let's say. And you can see it's already got this input event receiver method that it's trying to create. So so when it hits the wall, I can add a print here to be like collides with wall. And if we run our thing now, how do I run this? Why is it not? Okay. I should be able to see the prints coming in VS Code when it hits the wall. So here, it breakpoints because I have a breakpoint here. Let me just get rid of that. Shit. Wait, why didn't it print though? So it's gonna hit the paddle. Shouldn't it print my thing? ball collides with paddle, right? I'm not getting the print.
You get the hello world from hitting the ceiling, but not for the ball.
Yeah. What does this signal mean? Like on input event? It doesn't come.
Sounds like
Yeah.
so. What? Yeah, just check any differences between these.
So no collision object hitting. Oh, input event is on, like, I guess an input, an input, like I can understand the mouse collision thing. They've implemented that, right? So if I click on it, it should register the prints, right? Mouse on entered. Oh, so this is on the ball. I assume now if I put a print here and click the ball, I should get something. Let's double check that. No, I'm not sure how this works.
So the signals you're hooking up don't seem to work?
No, I don't understand why.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe we got to read this tutorial, but it's connected to this guy. This ball collision object 2D mouse entered method is connected to this on ball mouse entered. And yeah, it's not clear what this means. So this area 2D has these signals. Area entered requires monitoring to be set true. Interesting. And if we look at the collision documentation, creating collision shapes in 2D space, you can use this node to represent all sorts of collision shapes. Properties are enabled, disabled, one-way collision on one side. It's only got these methods. Oh, it says disabled on.
Both collisions was the same.
Well, no, it's disabled is off. Sorry.
Okay. Double negative.
Yeah. Ball, mouse entered, target left. What does this mean?
I'm not sure. Target. Yeah, I don't understand source and target.
Oh, so left represents the left player, right represents the right player. So ball, mouse, enter.
Actually, I have an interpretation. So source would be which object this event is happening on, and target would be which object the event actually fires on. So like even though your mousing over the ball, its target is target that actually received the event.
Okay.
That's my You could imagine that's useful for like a controller that's overseeing all the collisions.
Yes. So you would write the event handler on left, right?
It seems that way. Is that where it gets generated?
Where was that? Yeah, it got generated on left, yes. But I'm not too sure how to trigger it. Like, do I click on the ball and then...
Mouse entered suggests like mouse just moves into the space.
Yeah, and I thought I was doing that. Like that or something. And it should, you know, show me like the print message that it's not doing. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's worth like reading on the documentation a bit more. Like we're just kind of guessing, so. You know what would be a really cool thing to make in this? Tim. We should make Tim.
That would be cool, yeah.
Tim, and then you interact with the objects in VR.
VR Tim, yes.
Yeah.
VR Tim. And you'd still want it to like lock to a grid. It's just a 3D grid.
Yeah, just make it 2D and then you just interact with it using the controller. Or just do it in 2D and then like see how you go, yeah, in 3D.
Yeah, I reckon even just 2D it'd be pretty good. But like of course you can like walk around and everything. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, 2D means the like puzzle solving is more manageable.
Yeah, manageable. And then you can also play it using your mouse or whatever, but if you can use your controllers on VR to actually rotate and move and do all those things, yeah.
Yeah. And maybe it's like 2.5D, where like you do a level and then it's sort of got an output that can feed into another level, and that's sort of the z-axis is like a like you don't make a thing that's fully 3D, but you just join two things together, so
Yes.
the output of one becomes the input of the other, and then it's effectively 3D, but it's like in a managed way, layer by layer, rather than just
Yeah.
once.
Writing a script node, hooking up UI elements to supply signals, writing a script that can access other nodes in the scene. So they've got this label and a button, and they add the script to a node. So there's a ready function. That's like the constructor or something.
Mm.
And here's your signal. Emitted when some action happens, can be connected to any functions of a script instance. Signals used GUI nodes. Other nodes can have them too. They connect a press signal to a custom function, forming connections. So you can do it through the visual interface, which is what we saw, but I don't want to do that through I want to do it through code, right? So how do we do that?
Yeah, good question. Because it generates these functions that like the connection somewhere else.
Yeah.
The connection is in the GUI. That's like,
Which I don't want that at all.
yeah. And you want to be like generating these connections and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you want it to be both. So like if I write it in the code, I should see it in the GUI.
True. Yeah.
Oh, here's that pattern. Look at that.
There we go.
So it is through this on emitter node signal name.
Emitter node.
That's good to know. So that's how we chain these things.
Right. So that's why it was wall area. Does that mean everything has a unique name?
I guess so.
And there's no instance where it's ambiguous about a name and an event. It's like you could have, you can have like, trying to think of that thing. Mouse ready, and then you have a something called mouse. It's like I want mouse target to be ready, but
Yeah.
it's mouse ready is an event.
Yeah, that would be pretty confusing, right?
Yeah.
What does it look like in C sharp? Oh, in C sharp they have the same sort of thing.
Right.
So what about like in Rust?
Yeah, where do you see the Godot Rust stuff?
Sorry?
Right. About Godot Rust.
Where did I see it?
I can see it here.
Oh, right.
So it's a book. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we look at like signal mission, that's defining signals in GDScript and emitting them. But what about hooking them to
Yeah,
your theme?
that seems to be the main form of programming in Godot. It's all like event-based, basically.
Hmm. What other stuff do we have? Oh yeah. Connect. Connect is a thing.
Mm.
Signal handling. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So how about we just like start from scratch and see if we can inject some Rust code.
So do you need a special Godot binary or something?
So what you do is you basically start your Godot project like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then you create like a Rust project, like side by side, like next to it.
Okay.
So let's say I have like my Rust library, so it's independent to this, and
In-
yeah, because what
Does
you'll be
that mean it's
doing,
not integrated with the
it is once you dynamically link it. So the first thing I need to do is build it, right? So I gotta import GD native, which is the thing that is the APIs into it,
Mm.
and then I need to make this a dynamic library, which I can't remember how to do, but I think it's in the documentation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's just follow this hello world. So yeah, you can set this guy, and that means when I build my library, it's dynamic. It's a dynamic library as opposed to static. Get rid of this, and let's just open this guy. Ah, I already had it open. Let me just open it full screen. Yeah. So I can add this line. So when I do like cargo build, um, it is looking for a library file, which I don't have. And this library file is not like an executable. Like it doesn't have a main. It has just some code that it will build into a library file, which I can then import in the Godot editor.
Yeah, I need to see this importing library.
Yeah, let me just get the example that they have here.
I suppose it reads the names of functions in the library and uses that to connect to stuff or something. So maybe you'll use the same like naming scheme.
Maybe. So there's the basic hello world example, and what is it doing? It's gonna do like a Godot print hello world. And we can see here it has some crazy macro stuff. It inherits from Node, which we know is a thing. Derived native class, which is a thing in Godot. Like they have native script, and that's the thing that you can also use in the interface. So where is Godot? Um, yeah, so you can like attach a native script, a native library, and that's what you would be doing as well in C++ when you build your stuff. And so you can see here it's got like all this platform related stuff, but I basically build my library, and then once I build my library, I get like this dynamic library thing for Mac that
Mm-hmm.
I can attach to this native library entity thing that I just created. So I can like save this guy, as Hello World Rust library, let's call it. And then I've built my Rust library, so I should be able to import that. Yeah, so I've associated that to this dynamic library. And so when we create a node, like I have this scene here, I can attach a script, a native script, and my native script will be calling into that hello world. So I think I have to do this.
Calling into it.
Yeah. So you know how like we saw in the other scripts they had like entry point.
This sounds like all the like signal handling will be done in Go GD scripts.
I'm not too sure. You could be right.
And it's like, yeah, and it's like you'll call into a Rust function to handle it.
Right.
So you have to like define it. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Oops. So yeah, once I have this hello world thing, I can import the script and go.quit. What just happened? Maybe that was wrong.
This is new territory.
Maybe maybe it's because I'm not sure what just happened.
It really feels like Godot is trying to be Blender.
Oh, is this what Blender does?
The style of it looks a lot like Blender.
Okay.
Like yeah, if you squinted, you'd say, oh yeah, it looks like Blender.
Yeah. Okay, so I associated this thing. So if I play Hello World, there you go. I got it.
Right. So wait, so um, you associated it, it's got ready, so you didn't have to write any GD script. It just looked at that function name, called it.
Correct. So this
Cool.
script, it hooks into like I'm defining a class in GDScript or whatever they use, but it's being written in Rust, so it's the same sort of ideas. Like it's still using something that inherits from Node, and it has like a ready method which we saw, and we're exposing that. And then when I associated it to this node is now calling into a native library instead of GDScript and calling that. So it's equivalent to a GDScript, but it's a native script and it's calling into that ready function. So it's all
Yeah,
hidden. We don't see it here. We see it here now.
yeah, yeah.
And I just rebuilt it. So when I hit run, it should change. Yeah, bark, bark,
So
bark.
what happens when you click on the signal stuff? You set up a new signal.
Yeah, that's a good question. So
Find out.
if we go here and then we go like, okay, when this is ready, can I do like ready signals and then associate it to spatial, which has my, oh, so it's not, so I associate it to spatial, which has my Rust script, right?
Mhm.
Do I now write something here?
Mm.
Um, so how would I do that? So we've got this on mesh ready signal that is targeting. How do I see that connection again? because I don't see it here anymore because
Hmm.
it's a native script.
What happens if you build
Oh yeah.
that? No errors.
So it did connect it.
Hmm.
I wonder if I.
Wait, but you didn't write that, did
Yeah, but it's doing nothing, I guess. Maybe.
you? So this is bad. Like you wanted the error,
Yeah, true, actually.
so not implemented.
So can I just import this guy as a, like, write a method here called that?
I expect so.
And then I'm just gonna follow what I have.
Yeah. What if the types don't match?
Yeah, all good questions. Oh wow, it actually worked. Huh.
What if you have the wrong types?
Yeah. Oh, it's already. Okay, so it told me to actually use that. What if I
Hmm.
add like another thing?
Wait, how does it know?
Okay, so this is actually allowing me to write this. What happens when I do this?
How does it know that it needs that parameter?
Oh, probably because of this macro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, so now it didn't actually call into it,
Uh, mm-hmm.
but how would I
And it didn't
know?
error.
And it did an error. So
Yeah,
it's
this is.
like,
Mm,
I think it's just part of GDScript. Like I could have methods um, declared, but if they don't match the signature, it's not going to trigger it. But it's like, how did that signature relate to this signal, right? Like, how do I get
yeah.
the signature of this method?
Yeah, it doesn't tell you, does it? It's kind of important.
And like, it's
I
got
guess
all
in
these
GDScript
arguments.
it.
Like, okay, it's got this extra call argument, right?
Yeah.
Bool. So if I say, yeah, it's, I have this, and then
Mm,
I take a boolean,
mm,
and then we say like, okay, with param and print it. Yeah, okay, that works. Cool. Now if we play, hey, look at that! Look at that!
got it.
I got it.
Crazy.
So if I turn it off, will it get say false from here? Um, yeah, so it was on
Turn
this
off the
guy.
extra parameter.
If I send false on the
Yeah.
method,
Yeah.
it sucks that I have to do all this build, like do this two-step thing, but
There's a lot of GUI involved.
there's a lot of GUI. Yeah, look at that, false. Well,
Mm,
but it's not clear that it's connected because I don't have the visual thing anymore.
mm,
And this is completely disconnected from the GUI, so I don't really know what's going on. Whereas in GDScript, you can see it all.
mm. I wonder if you can call like Rust methods.
From here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, are
Like
these blank lines actually hidden stuff? Like, is this still gonna work? Oh no,
that would be really bad.
that would be really bad. No, it doesn't seem to. Like, you saw what happened, right? When I added a
With
signal,
adding like
it was adding like invisible stuff.
invisible stuff.
Oh, invisible, like it was adding lines to the file,
Blank line.
blank lines, yeah. So like you see how it tried to add some stuff, but there's
Yeah.
nothing. But I have this now mesh instance rename. When would you ever trigger that? Like,
Hmm.
A event for when it's renamed dynamically. What?
What does renaming mean? What is the mess? Yeah.
And it can't go to the method because it's in Rust.
Mhm.
So
This feels a lot more like you want some high performance computation
yeah,
and you want that written in Rust.
delegating that to Rust. Yeah.
This whole signal binding thing, I'm not sure you'd like really use it.
Well, maybe if you did all the like custom collision detection in Rust, and then you signal bind that. So if you had like all these objects and you did collision detection, and you wanted to do something like, okay, for every collider, you've got like a bunch of heavy computation that you're gonna do. Maybe delegating that to Rust makes sense.
Yeah,
So if you want to make Pong,
that
let's
signal generating rather than handling it.
yeah. So how do we make Pong? Um, I guess we
Untitled,
need
well,
area 2D or whatever that was. Create. And then what do I do? Can I make this guy like an actual rectangle?
hmm. Yeah, how do you set these areas? Where do they come from? There's probably a bunch of parameters for them.
What does this say? Has no shape. Oh, I gotta add a shape. So if we reference the other one um, while we look at this guy, so they have a background thingy. Can I just copy paste this? It's gonna make this full screen. Make this other one full screen as well. Yeah, can I just copy paste this? Oh, no, you can't. That sucks.
Oh, really?
Not from one editor to another, I guess.
Hmm.
What is this? It's a color rec. Okay, let's just
That's a shame
copy.
you can't copy paste. I feel like you should be able to do like a shallow copy paste. Like I'm sure like all the connections and stuff doesn't make sense to copy, but just the
Hmm.
general properties, like the shape and the image.
Yeah. All right, so we got our color rect. Left is a area 2D with a sprite. So let's call it left, I guess. Sprite and a collision. Shape 2D, was it? Collision shape 2D, okay. Yeah, there should be a way to just identify where it is. I have no idea where it is.
Hmm. Does it have properties of like position?
Should, right? Node, input, Z index, visibility.
Collision.
You reckon it's on collision?
I mean, where you were before had collision on
Oh, yeah.
it. Whoa. No, maybe it's the collision thing.
Oh, it's got node 2D.
Transform. That's not position.
Yeah, where's that?
Is your
Oh,
thing
there we
just
go. There we go. There we go.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, so that's where it is here.
So you need a shape or something to give it a
Yeah.
time.
So I guess the collision takes a shape. Rectangle. One-way collision. Sure. Collision margin. Hold command to round out into. Okay. Visibility. So it's like there. There's the collision shape. Here's left. But it's completely disconnected. Yeah, I want to anchor it onto left. So if I move left, I should move everything, right? But it's like, oh, there we go, I think. Wait. There's the collision shape to do. There's a sprite. And there's left. What? Oh, there we go. It is moving. Yeah. So I move. How do I
What's that
select?
actually mean?
I don't know.
I imagine gravity. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, what happens if you play?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Nothing. It doesn't have an image. It's got a sprite. What's the sprite?
Texture. Oh, yeah. What do they use for the arm? They use this texture, which is just a Stex file, PNG. Yeah, do they have like a editor for sprites? Image texture.
Would be nice if they did. Like little touch ups or whatever.
Hmm. Nope. Camera texture, external texture, gradient texture, large texture. What's this edit button? I guess I'll make one.
It has an edit button.
Yeah. Um, oh,
JS Paint.
yeah, let's just JS paint it. Alright.
I wonder if it'll let you paste images.
Mmm.
Because then you could like just Google images and just start chucking in shit.
Yeah. Let's try that. No.
Bad. Ergonomics.
Yeah, that should be a thing, right?
Hmm.
Also, I don't know why I can't see the other types. What happened? Oh, is that why? See how there's this edit button? And then that's where I got into this view. Yeah.
Hmm.
Quick load. Make unique. Clear. Edit. Copy. Hmm. Yeah, that didn't work, unfortunately. There's no paste in the options, so
Hmm.
so you have to like,
Maybe you have to like drag it in or something.
oh yeah. What the hell?
What's that?
Oh, full screen. Layer one. Um, uh, assets. Alright, so that one. And then let's change the color. Do you know if Unity has like a pixel editor thing?
I don't think it does. But Unity has a plugin system, so there's probably a plugin system.
Right. Okay.
You can, yeah. It's just like VS Code where you can you can script the editor. It's
Hmm.
very open to like building your own tools for it. It needs a face.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if you drag it down in the tree, if it goes over the background.
Oops. Yeah, like what about this sort of transparency and stuff like that? How do I deal with?
You'll have to use a different editor for that.
Okay.
Does Apple come with an image editor?
Not really.
Hmm. Yeah, just no transparency. It's an aesthetic.
Alright. There's the face.
And then we want like a seesaw and a bowling ball.
Oh, it just updated. Yeah, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah, what do we want? A seesaw.
Yeah, make it
So,
like longer.
oops. Just like a long, like this.
It's just vertical seesaw?
This is the thing that you're meant to. What's the seesaw in Pong? I don't know what that means.
No, no, in Tim.
Are we making Tim? I thought we were making Pong.
Uh-huh. Tim Pong.
Okay. Seesaw? Sure.
Seesaw. Yeah, and the bowling ball can be a ball.
How would you animate this?
Good question. How does Godot do animation? That looks like strong sound. It just
uh,
needs like a little bit of air.
how do I draw a bowling ball?
It's tiny. It's just a tiny strong sound.
I don't know how to draw.
Bowling balls are like blue.
Are they? Oh, whoops. How do you spell bowl? Boul, right?
That's
A ball.
bowl, bowling ball.
Bowling ball.
Bowling. Yeah, they look like strong sound. Lol. That's strong sound.
Let's copy this. Bowling. JPEG versus PNG. Why do I play one and player two?
And
Anyway.
for the background, you can get like a bowling alley,
Oh yeah.
like one of these cookies. Yeah, yeah, perfect. And the smaller the image, the better. That one. Yeah, yeah. Keep
Keep the eye
keep
stuck.
Yeah,
Sweet. So that's our background, right?
yeah, yeah. We're at the bowling alley with some seesaws, playing bowling ball.
I guess there's a different rect for one with a background. Rect, texture rect, maybe.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
So this is the level. Oh no, how come it's not increasing?
It doesn't like fit.
There we go.
The
And how do you make it like on top of, behind the other thing?
tree order.
So it's like bottom is most in front.
Painted.
Yeah, okay.
Can
I don't
you
know.
duplicate a node?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so we don't. What other Tim stuff do we need? Bowling ball, mouse. Um, I think bowling ball and thing is enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll just have the bowling ball. Get rid of this guy. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Rename this to bowling ball. Level background. Duplicate. Seesaw. Oh, yeah, so this should really be behind this. And then when it falls,
I know how to animate it. You like scale it -1 in the x-axis, and it'll flip.
yeah. So would that mean that we have to change the? Yeah, how do you do that though? Like, is it?
Transform probably.
But how do you do time animations in this?
I was thinking of like when the bowling ball hits it, it's
Oh, it
it'll flip.
triggers the thing, right?
Yeah.
So do we like write a new script?
Mm,
We'll just do in GD script for now.
mm.
Um, Seesaw. What's these templates? Default inherits from. Should it inherit from node or something else?
The script?
Yeah,
What? Script inherits from.
you can inherit
I
from
guess.
any of these
I
things.
guess it like comes with a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
Yes, no, yeah.
So seesaw, and then we attach it to what?
Oh, don't we want Node 2D?
Okay.
I think that's what has transformed. You can probably just edit in the file.
Oh yeah, 2D. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then like a signal of when it collides with the. So is there like an on frame? Because we want it to like fall, I guess,
On frame. Is that the one?
or on update.
So that's like a signal, right?
Oh wait, it has. I think it has velocity, so we could just set the velocity to be like going down.
What happened to my game? Where'd it go?
Mm.
I don't know what happened to all this stuff. It just disappeared.
Create new node.
No,
What?
I don't know what
Oh
happened.
yeah, all the stuff disappeared. What the fuck?
Did I not? Is it because I didn't save it or something?
What? No. What
Okay.
happened? Did it restart or something?
I
Did it
don't
crash?
know.
Mm.
Oh, there it is. I'm
What?
not sure what happened.
Is it a different instance option? So confused.
Yeah, I don't know. But this one is wrong. Quit.
Kill it.
This is the right one. And then we have, yeah. So we have our Pong reference. All right. So you want to see if there's a collision thing?
Well, in Pong it does that. It like changes the direction.
Does it? Oh, for the ball, you mean?
Yeah.
But it doesn't really change the.
It changes direction.
Sure. Yeah. So we want
Yeah, I
to.
don't mean change the transform. I was
Okay.
thinking.
So we just want to
I'm
see.
thinking for like. Well, I'm thinking even just to set the direction.
Yeah.
And then like when the ball hits the seesaw, we want to make it bounce off of
So it probably is to do with hitting this guy,
area,
and
not direction.
yeah,
Hmm.
and it takes this underscore boulder that's defined globally,
Oh.
and then it calls rand f, which is something random maybe. So it's a vector 2, so this is going to be the, wait, shouldn't it change the x direction, just negative or something? But it's like changing, it doesn't really negate it, does it? Like, shouldn't this negate?
On area enters, we're looking at the pattern.
We're looking at the paddle, yeah.
In Boulder, is that updated somewhere? Like in Bowl or something?
So
Uh,
direction is a vector 2 left, and then shouldn't it change this to right or something? Like when it hits the left paddle?
hmm. Yeah, this Boulder, it's being set and ready, but this sounds like it's being updated and then it's setting the direction based on Boulder. But where would it get updated?
Should we print like does this get called? Because it sounds like it updates the direction here as you said. So when it hits the left paddle, this somehow changes the direction, but the
But this is ready, so like shouldn't be that.
and it called it. Does that make sense?
On ball hit or on start?
Good question.
Because it's probably start.
Yeah, on start. Hmm. Maybe the collision doesn't have a script associated to it.
Maybe search for all uses of Boulder. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. I know. I know. um, so there's two paddles, right?
So is it setting what direction to put it for the name? So if it's left, the
The name is the name of the node.
the direction is
So
going to be positive
setting
x,
setting
and then
a member on each paddle
yeah,
to which
okay,
direction to
yeah,
send
that
it
makes sense. So you don't need to change it based on
based on where
um,
it was going. It's just
it's just
absolute setting.
instanced on what type of paddle that you've created.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh, that's good to know.
yeah,
You can have multiple instances of a thing, so both paddles are using the same script, and it's a separate instance.
Yeah. So
That's good.
what we can do is just like have a direction up or down for the bowling ball,
Mm.
and then copy the same sort of thing, um, and just change the direction once it's hit it to make it go up. But also for this guy, if we want to transform it, we have.
When it sets direction, is that setting the local variable direction on ball?
Oh,
I don't
right.
remember. Because ball has
Yeah,
a direction variable, and I wonder if it's actually touching that.
modifying it. Yeah. So if we modify the yeah, what's the update method? Is it this delta thing?
Process.
Like, can I
Process.
print
Yeah,
the
process would be every step.
yeah, what's ball's direction?
So it's got position and it's updating it by that. Cool. Speed plus equals delta times 2. What? What?
Like
Okay. So the speed is increment. Sure.
look at that.
Yeah. Okay. So process is every.
Yeah, so the direction is a vector where it's going, and then the direction gets multiplied um, by, or does it get multiplied by the like, does this paddle thing modify that internal variable somehow?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
how does it get access to the, like when it does this one thing, um, is it actually modifying that ball thing to be, wait, where is it used again? I didn't see vector 2. Oh, so it sets the x direction uh, vector
Mm-hmm.
to 1, and then it just like randomly chooses the y vector.
Mm-hmm.
Bit weird that it's random. Like it really should be, yeah.
That's a common implementation or a Pong.
It shouldn't be up based on the angle that you hit it at or something.
That's probably the more standard way, but I think random is also reasonable.
Sure.
Game design.
Yeah. So this area dot direction seems to be the ball then.
Well, yeah, area name equals ball. So yeah.
Yeah. So this is not actually, this is a local variable then on paddle, not on ball. Because it's setting it here, but this is tied to the paddle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And var might mean local.
Yeah, it seems to be a member.
Yeah. So if we have like bowling ball.gd, then we can extend area 2D. So we want like some transform stuff,
So
right?
var is a like member. How do you have like a global variable static?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a different keyword for that.
And look at this on ready var. What does that mean?
Yeah,
Bit weird.
maybe it's like the var isn't set until ready.
Hmm. Like a lazy variable.
Maybe not lazy, just delayed.
Yeah, it's assigned after the node and its siblings enters the tree. And it's a
Okay.
shortcut for assigning variables in ready rather than Yeah, so it's like calls the variable assignment in ready, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's calling the constructor.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
so we want to negatively rotate this, right? Or
Um, scale.
no, we want to scale it inversely on the x.
Yeah. Hey. What? What's the little like arrow refresh thing do? Reset.
Resets, yeah.
Cool.
So we just want to do that. So how do we get access to this variable in our script?
I reckon it's just scale. Try setting scale dot x times equals -1.
Yeah.
Do that in process. See it like flip.
Oh yeah. How do you uncomment stuff? Oh my god. I don't know how to not use not vim mode. Yeah. So I just write scale equals vector
Maybe scale dot x.
2 times,
Ooh,
because you can scale in the x and y, right? So I'm thinking it's a vector 2.
how about scale dot x?
Oh yeah. Hey, play. Oh.
Uh, oh, our camera is not big enough.
But also it's not doing it.
How do you know?
I've full screened it.
Uh, okay. This is really bad. How
Yeah,
do
it
you
it, it
how do you
works.
figure out the interface of anything?
um,
Like, how do we is scale even a thing? Try and print it.
no, just
Process
works.
is getting close. Why isn't process getting?
Is this not attached to my thing? Oh, that's why.
Uh, you gotta attach the script. Hmm. Okay, I reckon it should work then.
But this, yeah. Let's make the camera bigger. Or is it the camera? I don't know what the view is.
Yeah, that's
Is it this line? Whatever that is. This line? So if I attach like a camera to the, is that gonna view that area? No? How do I select this thing
hmm.
and move it? Like it's
Yeah,
got all these like overlapping things.
yeah.
It's really annoying. Let's no 2D. There's the camera. Doesn't seem to really change the view though. Because is it not active or something? Yeah, how do you say like this is the camera for this node scene thing? Activate it. Like in 3D it worked, but I don't understand.
there like size properties of the camera?
Yeah.
Scale maybe? 300 like
It has no effect.
what?
What is this for?
Yeah, it's showing a rectangle like around 0, 0, but it's not what the camera is doing.
It says it forces the screen currently to scroll following this node, makes it easier to program scrollable scenes. What if
So
I
the camera's meant to follow that node.
I'm not involved. Hold on.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I'm back. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, my thoughts on this are it's fast, it's like nice, um, but it's got all this, stuff you can do, but it's not clear.
We just gotta follow tutorials probably.
Yeah, it's not clear from a sort of inference point of view, where you can just kind of go, oh yeah.
Hmm.
But a good start, and it'd be cool to see. Um, yeah, I guess more like it sounds like the Rust side is not really that useful right now until you
Yeah,
find a use
it's
case
not
of it,
integrated like at all.
which I feel like is more important than having speed. Like it's gonna be development hell if you just write it all in Rust.
Yeah. Yeah, and this thing doesn't give enough errors or hints about things.
Mm,
Yeah, when you get something wrong, it's not helpful. It just like doesn't do anything.
yeah.
That's one of the worst things. Oh yeah, did we see the seesaw route flip?
No. Let me put in the scene though. Oh, it's just happening super fast, right?
So it's happening? I couldn't see it.
Well, it's flashing really fast, so I think it's happening.
Oh, so it's not like flipping, it's
It's
blinking?
blinking, yeah.
Interesting.
Like if I put it back to normal, shouldn't blink? Oh, I guess you can't have an empty function. Yeah, it's not blinking anymore.
Right. Interesting.
So how do you do like only do this, asleep? Is there a Godot? I guess you.
You want async.
I do want async, yes.
You are not going to get async in GDScript.
They have yield though.
Oh, okay. Timer.
Run timer. Is that a node thing that you add? Timer? There is a timer.
Maybe they do have like async. It's like yielding timers.
Yeah. So you get it, and then you can run timer and do some stuff. Do I just say in my GD script, so you gotta emit something. Maybe it has to be. Yeah, how do I get the node from another script? Does it have to be part of this Cecil thing? Oh, it does. Interesting.
Get what node?
Oh, so when timer was out here and not
Yeah.
part of Seesaw, I couldn't get node timer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this run timer will wait 5 seconds and then emit an end signal. So I should be able to do this every second if I process. No, I don't need these, but we want to run timer for, say, like every second and do this. Uh, Probably don't want to create the timer every second. I don't know. Just even, yeah, that's not going to work. I guess,
You need to do yield on.
right. But
I don't really understand the yield.
it's got coroutives. Wow.
Hmm. Resume.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. Async game engine.
Where?
As in, like, this is pretty much what you need for an async game engine. This yielding.
And not seeing the async yet.
Well, it's talking about resuming from the last point, so
Hmm. So
you know,
so far it's generators.
um, that's true. So like,
But yeah, so yield can accept two arguments and object in the signal.
and recommence when the execution
Okay,
is
so
resumed.
in that case, it's basically a wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Await an event.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm done. Looking at this, it's pretty big, and there's a
Yeah,
lot
the
of
process is getting called every single frame, and so it's gonna start that thing every single frame.
yeah.
Even if it like waits 5 seconds, it's like next frame it's gonna do that again. Instead of the other thing.
Yeah, you want some emitting signal or something to trigger it, and then
Yeah.
do this thing, which, yeah, I think that would be the next thing to try. But,
Mm.
yeah, I'm not a fan of interacting with this interface, but you have to in order to get all the, get
Yeah.
the
I'm not a
information.
big fan of the like I think the signal process, like the target signal or object signal source signal target, I think is a reasonable model,
Yeah.
but I don't like the way it shows up in code. It's really not structured.
Well, it's by that the name that you give it, right? Like that's how you know how to.
Like for one, I don't like that it's a GUI thing that you have to do.
Well, no, you don't. You just write the method name in a
And
specific way.
for two, I don't like the method names.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would much rather see something more structured, like like an object and then a map of signals and then
Mm,
the handler for each one, that sort of thing.
yeah. Yeah, and I don't have a good comparison of this against Unity. Like, does that give you much more code-related signals that make more sense? Like an object with a list of all the things that get triggered on like some event call. I don't know.
I haven't seen the Unity version of this. Of I, I think Unity has like basic like key down and frame
Right.
events, frame updates, but like yeah, these events of like this object colliding with that one kind of thing, so something more specific. I'm not sure what that looks like in Unity.
Yeah, and how do you
But
customize it as well? Like, these are the signals you get for this particular entity, but what if I want to add another thing?
you
How does it?
probably have to add a special component that you write with the signals.
Right. So the question is, are you limited to just all of these and that's all you can do?
I'd
Or
be surprised if that was the case. I reckon you could create your own. These are like components. I feel like you gotta create your own components with your own
yeah.
signal.
So the question is, how do you write like the observer pattern in your class or whatever this is,
Mm.
that it's registering a new input
Yeah,
output thing that you can then write the syntax for? And does it show
exactly.
up here? Like, does it add a new
Yeah.
signal? Can you add it through the interface? Is there like an add signal? No. Yeah, it should be a button if that was the case.
Mm.
This is what game developers deal with, I guess. Interesting.
Well, some of them. I don't think Godot's that popular.
Yeah, okay. We're
Next week, Unreal Engine 5.
Unreal Engine.
They released 5.
Oh yeah.
It's out. I don't know if it's out on Mac, probably.
Yeah, that looks impressive.
It is the latest generation engine, but
Windows. Yeah.
it says Mac.
Oh, did it? Yeah, okay, cool.
It even says Linux.
Hmm. Yeah, let's give it a go. Is it
It only
Unreal?
needs 8 gigs of RAM. I wouldn't have expected that.
They're not ready for VR. And it's all C++, right? If you're gonna write
C++ or Blueprints.
blueprints,
Yeah,
is that like a visual
yeah.
thing?
Set up a pipeline. It looks pretty cool, like when it's rendered. Like you can see the blueprint while the game's running, so you can see its executing.
Right.
Pretty cool. But yeah, otherwise it's just visual programming, which is mess.
Hmm.
Wait, that's via to use the editor.
In VR, yeah.
Hmm, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
try it out.
show the thing you want.
Yeah, I'll download it and see what it's like on Mac if it even is supported.
Hmm.
Yeah, just make Tim. We gotta make Tim. That's the goal.
Tim.
VR Tim. All right. GG.